fascinating study that was written about in Medical News Today, and it has to do with a drug that could potentially and significantly lower your risk of Alzheimer's. Now, this is a limited study, let's be clear about that, and it found correlation, not causation, but the findings are still fascinating, and it finds that Viagra might be the drug that could lower your risk for Alzheimer's. Now, let's also be clear that the data only applies to men because men take Viagra. So this study found this specific effect in regard to men. To predict which existing drugs would provide new treatments for Alzheimer's, the researchers used a computational model that incorporates data about the disease's genetics and the involved networks of metabolic pathways. Now, taking into account other considerations such as promising results from experiments in animal models of Alzheimer's, Viagra emerged as the most promising candidate. Okay, and what did they find? Well, they found that when they analyzed insurance claims for prescriptions, they found that sildenafil, which is Viagra, prescriptions were associated with a 69% reduced risk of Alzheimer's in claimants.
Wow.
Right on the nose.
Is that where it is? Is it on the nose? Is that where it is? Okay, so I have fun theories about this. First of all, this is a trick by the pharmaceutical companies. Don't buy into it. I take ivermectin instead.
He's kidding, just in case.
Okay, yes. For the prescribed reason for Viagra and the Alzheimer's, ivermectin. No, all right, so yes, obviously kidding. At first I had the theory, it was a fun theory, that it wasn't the Viagra, it's that they were having more sex. And so they were like, I feel pretty good. And they're active in the world and that helped their Alzheimer's, but no, it turns out that's not it.
That is not it. It has something to do with proteins. Not those proteins, other proteins, which I'll give you the deets about right now. So to confirm that Viagra can affect the underlying mechanism of Alzheimer's, the researchers tested the drug in a lab on nerve cells that came from individuals with the disease. They found that sildenafil, again, Viagra, promoted the growth of new nerve projections and decreased the accumulation of a protein associated with Alzheimer's in the cells. It's really fascinating stuff. But again, I wanna reiterate that this is something that's entirely prescribed to men. So based on the data set that they're dealing with, this is really only applying to men and needs to be studied more, not only to include women, but also to see if they can find causation, right?
I don't know why my mind is going in this direction, but Donald Trump, if he got a hold of this news, because he remember the disinfectant thing? You know, you take that and you inject it into the body, okay? And he's like, maybe we could find a way to do that and you inject it into the mind. But now in all seriousness, guys, this actually could be great news. And so if they can, it doesn't have to be Viagra. What they could do is they could figure out what's activating, and that's obviously what they're in the middle of doing now. And it doesn't have to be just for men. If you find that the actual part of Viagra, not necessarily the entire thing, but the part of Viagra that is causing that effect and it's real, then you can give just that to men or women. Okay, and it might help a lot with Alzheimer's, which would be a fantastic breakthrough.
It would, but I mean, don't you have an erection for like 4 hours straight when you take Viagra? Like they gotta do something about that side effect, right?
Do they?
Yeah, I think they do. I mean, who wants to walk around with a stiffy for 4 hours?
No.
I mean, and look, if they do find that Viagra works, that's great, and it's important to prevent Alzheimer's. But
you're like, well, good news, bad news, okay?
Yeah.
You know, your head's gonna be much better off. Now the other head.
Okay, but and by the way, I'm exaggerating. I don't know if it's for 4 hours.
I don't know either.
But you still have to deal with that situation for some period of time.
I don't know at all. No, seriously, I haven't taken it. I'm relatively young, so I don't know how long it lasts, etc. But you don't have, the erection does not have to come with it, okay?
With Viagra?
No, I'm saying with the proteins. I don't know if they can isolate it.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, if
make it a different medicine.
They would have to.
I would imagine. I don't know, but
or else you're gonna have a bunch of men running around saying that it's the pattern on the pants, it's the pleats, you know?
Okay, Bart. But on the sound effects. But listen, if they said to me, hey, you might get Alzheimer's, but the treatment is Viagra, what am I gonna do?
I jump in it.
Thanks for watching The Young Turks, really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.